time for the Hufflepuffs to actually get some recommendations. In case you haven't watched yesterday's video for, Slytherins, I'm doing like a series with books recommendations according to the OWLs Magical Readathon prompts. So I found for you a few books, sometimes only one because it was kind of hard, books like that fit a prompt. And yeah, I found books for all prompts. And yeah, I just wanted to do something different because I know a lot of people do like recommendations for Hufflepuffs, blah 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 blah, but I wanted something more specific for the owls, for the prompts, and I found some stuff, so let's just go into it. If you need more information, maybe you will find them in yesterday's video. The links to the Magical Readathon, OWLs Readathon will be linked down below. It is hosted by G over at Bookworms. You probably know her, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about books. And yes, it's books for Hufflepuffs, or books that I feel like have Hufflepuffs in the series. But if you're Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, or whatever, feel free to read some Hufflepuffy books because why not? But yeah, let's just jump into it. I feel like it's already a long intro. So I made a little summary of Hufflepuffs. For me, they are sweet witches and wizards. They're focusing on loyalty, on friendship, on justice, what's right and wrong, etc. They kind of love like fluffy reads, like contemporary romance books, etc, etc, which is completely the opposite of me. So it was a bit hard to find some books. So I might mention books that I haven't read, but I feel like they will be the right fit for these prompts. And also I feel like sometimes Hufflepuff won't take themselves seriously. They're just about having fun, not especially going on an adventure, but just like having fun doing stuff with their friends, whatever, being in teams or whatever. So we're just gonna focus on loyalty, friendships, what's right, justice, and fun and fluffy, and First we have ancient runes, and for that you need to have a heart on the cover, or heart, the word heart, in the title. For that I found 4 books. So first one obviously is going to be Every Heart a Doorway, because I truly believe that everyone, whatever your house, needs to read that series, because it is one of my all-time favorite series. I highly anticipate every single new book coming. It's basically about kids going through a portal, a door to their magical world that was exactly made for them. Like if you're a logic person, you're gonna end up in a logical world, etc, etc. It's really well done. It's super short, so perfect for a readathon or any kind of read. You can find them on script, I feel, and they're very short, so perfect. Then we have Frost Heart by Jamie Littler. I haven't read that one, but I've heard so many good things about it. So the reason why I picked it is because it's a middle grade, and I feel like middle grades are more for Hufflepuff kind of persons, because they're more like fluffy, it's going on an adventure, you learn a lot of stuff, you learn about friendships and about yourself, the rules, etc, etc. You're growing up through that story, and I feel like it's a fluffy book that any Hufflepuff would enjoy. This one is actually about Ash, who discovers that he has some magical powers after some kind of accident, and yeah, and the cover, it looks gorgeous, so yeah. The next one in this list is Heart of Iron, and it is an Anastasia retelling, a sci-fi Anastasia retelling, which I loved so much. And the reason why it is in the Hufflepuff category for me is because you have a team, a pirates team that's just amazing. Spicy piracy, just, I don't know, it sounded right in this book because it's not always the case, but that team was just like a family, whatever, and all the friendship and the love and the help, etc, etc. I really, really love that. Then we have Cockheart by Peter Bunzel. I think it's a Bunzel, B-U-N-Z-L-T-L. I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. It says here, murder, mayhem, and mystery meet in his gripping Victorian adventures. And it sounds like it's also some kind of story where you're gonna go through some secrets, discovering stuff, etc. with friendships, because there is, with her friends, Robert, the Cloakmaster's son, and Malkin, her magical fox, it's all about friendship. And I feel like it's loyalty, it's everything that Hufflepuff stand for, so yeah. Then we have arithmancy, which is basically the number 2, so the opposite or similar kind of thing. Maybe something that's outside of your comfort zone. I don't know what you usually read, so I'm gonna offer a few options here. I had a long way to a small angry planet because it's a sci-fi. Sci-fi is not everyone's genre, and it's really focused on the characters here. I feel like it is, from what I've heard, because I haven't read that one, it's a bunch of people totally different from each other. You have aliens, you have half aliens, half humans, you have all kind of different races, and they're trying to actually work together and, you know, live together. And I feel like it's a very Hufflepuff book, way to go, and it is a sci-fi, so not especially in everyone's genre. Then, if you're into sci-fi, for instance, but not into fantasy, I offer you Stranger Dreamer by Laini Taylor. So why Hufflepuff? Because I feel it's about what's right in this book more than going on some kind of adventure. It's not, it could be like also Ravenclaw for the book and learning and blah 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 in this book, but I feel like the characters were more Hufflepuff because they were like, oh, that's not right, oh my gosh, that's not okay, you know what I mean? So I really enjoyed the first one. I enjoyed the second one less, but I highly recommend that one. It has to do with, you probably know what it is about, so I'm not even gonna explain, and that book is gorgeous. Yeah. The Polar Bear Explorers Club, because maybe you're not into middle grades, but this book was so much more than just being middle grades. It's about going on an adventure, making new friends, learning the rules, and knowing what you're capable of. It is a polar fantasy because it has wintry, snowy settings. It's absolutely amazing. It has a lot of magic. When I started that book, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to have a polar bear as a pet, etc, etc, or tiny penguins. So it is so much more than just a middle grade polar fantasy, blah blah blah. I had a fun time reading it. It was a fast read. The audiobook was also super good, so I continued the series as audiobooks, and it was amazing. It's all about Stella, Snowflake, Pearl going on that adventure and trying to become a Polar Bear Explorers Club. I mean, a member of that club, but she can't because she's actually a girl and girls cannot, you know, that usual bullshit. But yeah. Then maybe if you're like me, not into contemporary, you could read like Simon versus Homo sapiens kind of thing. This is actually a contemporary that I listened to and really enjoyed. I don't think I would have enjoyed it if I had read it because I'm really not into that genre, but I really enjoyed listening to it. It was like very easy. I laughed at some parts, etc. So I rolled my eyes a few times, but I'm just really not into contemporary. But that one was cool and I listened to it on script, so maybe you could try that. Then we have Astronomy, which is basically read a book at night. That's it. Of course, it might be impossible for you to read an entire book at night, but as long as the majority of the book has been read at night, it counts. So for that, it's basically up to you because any book could be read at night, but I got a few for you. So I got again Stranger Dreamer because it's all about dreams, so I feel like it really fits the prompt. That one again because going on an adventure, you know, at night you're like cuddling, like you're under your blankets, on your pillows, on your pillows, with your pillows on your bed, etc. And it has a wintry setting. It is fast-paced kind of thing, so I feel like it's perfect for a night read kind of thing because you're like under the blanket reading something wintry. If that makes sense. Then we have this one, Lifelike. I picked it at night because there is one character in here that I just wanted to cuddle, Lemon Fresh in it. She's such a Hufflepuff, and I feel like if you're not into sci-fi and would like to give it a try, it is perfect because it's not like heavy sci-fi. It's really for newbies and it is an Anastasia retelling, so you kind of already know what's gonna happen, so it's gonna be easier to understand the world. I really love that one. I love the sequel. I'm waiting for the third one, and yeah, it has a beautiful cover. You can read it basically anytime, but I feel like astronomy and sci-fi, they go together kind of thing, but yeah, at night because it's just like, it's not especially like the happiest story, but just in your bed, it's perfect. Care of Magical Creature. You have to read a book with some kind of beak on the cover. So it could be from a bird, it could be from an octopus or some mythical creatures, blah blah blah. It wasn't the easiest actually to find because I couldn't find anything with a beak that could be like Hufflepuffy kind of thing. I found like beaks with like revenge kind of thing or going on adventure that fitted other houses, but not especially Hufflepuff. But I got here the Storm Crow. It's all about the destruction of eggs. So the people there that have some kind of abilities, they have some kind of connections with the crows there. And actually the crows, you have 5 crows like for the army. You have the crows that will help you garden kind of thing, the crows that will help you with medicine and blah blah blah. And one day another kingdom's gonna come and it's gonna destroy all the eggs there. And the reason why I put that in Hufflepuff and not, you know, Slytherin for revenge or Ravenclaw because they're gonna learn how to relive life kind of thing, or maybe Gryffindor because they're gonna go like on some crazy adventure kind of thing. It's just because she, the main character, is gonna have to accept that she needs to do everything for her family, for her friends, for her people. She's gonna have to go sacrifice stuff in order to make the people around her okay. And I feel it's something more Hufflepuffy, like the loyalty and ready to sacrifice yourself for the others. So yeah. Then Hunger Games. I'm not sure if I have read all the books in that series. To be honest, I didn't like the movies, etc. But I feel like Katniss is actually doing everything for her family, for her friends, for her sister, for her lover, whatever. She's doing that for the society, she's doing that for the system, and she finds that the system is not right, it's not okay. And that's what popped up in my mind. That's all about justice. That's not about revenge. That's not about being brave and killing everyone and survive. It's about justice. So I feel like it fits that prompt for a Hufflepuff. Then I have Ariadne's. I feel like it's very Hufflepuffy because the characters in them, I would sort them in Hufflepuff house. And yeah, it's also about understanding what's going on and understanding that not everything that has been said is right, and that you can challenge a bit things in order to make everything equal and, you know, to have that kind of justice, etc. Because the 2 girls are gonna have to fight each other in order to kill, I mean, the other one. They're gonna have to kill the other one in order to make their people survive kind of thing. But there is something else behind it, and I really enjoyed. I feel like no one is talking about it, or let's say not enough. And there is a bird here, so a beak, so perfect. It's an opportunity for you to actually pick that book, and the sequel is already out. The name is Anasa. I haven't read it, I know, bad, but I will. Then we have Germs. We need a white cover, and again for that I feel like white covers are usually for contemporary books. That's maybe just me thinking that or whatever, so I had a hard time finding books for that. But I got here, for instance, that one, which is Together We Got Fire. It's not like a romancy kind of book. It wasn't a kiss so much as an ignition. The sun lost behind, the moon, the white hot melt of flame and silver. It was a world flipped sideways, tilting us into chaos. I feel like it could be like romancy kind of thing for Hufflepuffs, and I feel like it has more white than anything else. So yeah. And the other one I have here is like a love story. It has a lot of white on the cover as well, and I feel like it's Hufflepuff because it has to do with friendships and loves, etc. And I think that one guy is actually seropositive or has HIV, AIDS or something. Yeah, he has AIDS, and you know, it's going through the society with that kind of sickness and not being understood by others. So for me it's very Hufflepuffy. So yeah. Or maybe The Hate You Give, or To All the Boys I Loved Before. I haven't read any of these books, but why not? Defense Against the Dark Arts book set at the coast near some kind of sea, river, I guess. No, she said sea and coast, but yeah. So that might surprise you actually, but I picked House of Salt and Sorrows. Why? Because it's a family matter. It has to do with the family. The story is about a family. It's about dying girls, yes, but it's about finding the truth, and I feel like it's really Hufflepuffy. So I picked that one. It's a bit dark, it's a bit eerie kind of thing, but I was kind of disappointed by that one. But I might be the only one because I was expecting so much darker the story to be, but it's not the case. So I think that's why it's perfect for Hufflepuffs. it's, yeah, it's magical. It's a retelling, and I love the cover. It's near the sea on an island kind of thing, so give it a try if you haven't yet. Divination is something different, so third eye assign numbers to your TBR and use a random number generator to pick your read, so I cannot help you with that. Unless you want me to pick a number for you, then let me know. Herbology, so a book that starts with the letter M. I have two for that. I have this one, so Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I haven't read that one, but I find it perfect for Hufflepuffs. I don't know, I read the synopsis, I read what people thought of it on Goodreads, and I feel like it was a cool prompt. I mean, a good fit for that. Pretty unusual, but why not? There is some kind of mystery, and I really believe that Hufflepuffs are aiming for the truth, and it's about kids and it's about children not being that usual, so you know, peculiar children, so I feel like it would be perfect. And actually the other one is The Maze Runner. I haven't read that one. I was supposed to like 2 years ago kind of thing, but from what I remember, it has to do with kids waking up one day and not remembering anything, not even the names, and they're like in a maze and they have to survive as a team, I guess. So I feel like teaming up is a Hufflepuff thing because they're gonna go in danger all together. So that's very Hufflepuffy, I feel like. They're not afraid of the danger, they're not as brave as the Gryffindor, they're not doing it in order to kill the others and be the winner. They're not gonna study all the possibilities, they're just gonna go there with their friends and try to do the best, and what happens, happens. Yeah. History of magic, so find books that feature witches, wizards, etc. Of course, I'm going to talk about Harry Potter because it fits every single prompt here, but yeah, especially the illustrated edition, but you can read any edition, believe me. And the first one, I feel it's very Hufflepuffy, or let's say the more Hufflepuffy book in the series, because it's all about, yeah, friendship, discovering a new school, discovering a new life, gathering together, teaming up in order to survive the final exams and the year, etc. So yeah. Then I had a Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. It's basically the story of a kid who's gonna grow up in a cemetery, in a graveyard, and he's gonna learn life through ghosts. And I just feel like it's so Hufflepuffy because it was so freaking cute, actually. And I love that all the fact that he learned from ghosts who are basically dead are real. Like, I mean, you could teach your kid that. That's why I feel like it's a good middle grade. It's a good book for kids because it's not like the scary ghost story. It's about life in general and knowing what to do and not to do, what's right, what's wrong, what is dangerous eventually if you do that, and blah blah. So yeah, that one. Then I had The Girl Who Drank the Moon. I don't know anything about it except that it has to do with a girl who's gonna fight for something and that she's a witch. And it feels so a Hufflepuffy. I know I'm cheating a bit here, but yeah. The Golden Compass, so I've read it in French so many years ago. I really believe it's a Hufflepuff book. Why? Because she's gonna go after the truth. She's gonna look for justice and she's gonna fight it. She's not like the type of kid who wants to go on an adventure, who wants to be a rebel or whatever. She's a bit different, she's a bit odd, she's looking for something different, you know, but she's not like, I'm gonna do that and whatever. She's gonna see that something is wrong. She's gonna ask herself questions and she's gonna be like, why? I don't understand. So I feel like it's perfect. Eragon, or The Inherited Cycle, I feel it's very Hufflepuffy because of the friendship between the dragon and the guy, which is actually the main focus, and learning a totally new world. So then I picked up Prudent by Naomi Novik. I feel it's a Hufflepuff because when you read the synopsis, you immediately start with some nature related things, and I feel like Hufflepuffy are closer to nature than any other houses. And there is something going on in the village she lives in. Apparently a girl has to sacrifice herself and serve someone for 10 years, someone known as a dragon or something, I don't know. And it has to do I guess, about discovering what's gonna really happen. So the truth again, so very Hufflepuffy. Magical Studies, which is basically a book from a perspective of a Muggle, so any kind of contemporary. So you could pick Life and Love Stories, The Hate to Give, or any other contemporary I mentioned before, and yeah. Potions. For that you need to read a book under 150 pages. And for that I picked the Nirvana Thread by Rachel Tremblay, and I even met her when I went to Montreal. But that book is about learning how to go through like maybe trauma or bad events or bad lucks, etc. in life. And it's all about getting surrounded by positive people, and I really recommend that one for that. It's super short, so definitely give it a try. And it says here, a magical punk and spiritual romance. If you're looking for something different, you know, not a YA fantasy, go for that one. Transfigurations, so a book or series that includes some kind of shape-shifting, you know, shapeshifters. It was really hard to find books for that one because I feel like most of the time it has to do about revenge or, you know, I don't know, but not Hufflepuffy things. And I finally found a few ideas. So I have Twilight and City of Bones. Why? Because I feel like those Hufflepuffs would definitely be the type of people to actually be in someone's team. So are you in team A or team B of that character? Are you hoping that that romance is gonna happen or the other one? Who do you think that character is gonna end up with? So I feel like it's a Hufflepuff trait. I might be wrong, but that's what kind of happens in Twilight and City of Bones. I wasn't a fan of either, but that doesn't mean that you won't be. So yeah. Then I have Moon Cold by Patricia Briggs, I think, if I remember well. And it has to do with friendships and being friends with so many different creatures, because the main character is going to discover that she's actually surrounded, or that she knew maybe already, I don't know. But there are gremlins, there are werewolves, and there are like other creatures around her. And I feel it's very Hufflepuffy to be surrounded by so many different and amazing people. So wolves, that's actually it for the Hufflepuff TBR. I have something here, like a hair or something, I don't know, but I feel like I give you quite a few options. I'm sorry if I didn't cover everything, or if you read the majority of the books I just mentioned. It's just to help you and to help you find a way to find books, you know what I mean? Like if I tell you like through a Muggle eyes or whatever, you know that you can go for contemporary books, etc. If you have any more suggestions, please link them or write them down below. Basically, if you have a TBR, link it down below, talk to each other, help each other find books for their prompts. Yesterday was Slytherin time, today is Hufflepuff. Where do you think it's gonna be tomorrow? And do you see a pattern? I don't know. Let me know what you think is gonna happen tomorrow. I mean, what house I'm gonna talk about. And I really hope you're enjoying this kind of video. By the way, this necklace chocolate frog was made by Proline. I will link her shop down below. You can use my code Mooney10 for a discount. And yes, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna clean that mess and read your comments in a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section as usual, and until next time, take care, wolves. Bye.